Wilson, Mary Catherine Ham, Brian Neiman, today's newsmakers, and you. The Morning Majority, 630.
WMAL.
6:07 on WMAL. Get back into the debate a little bit later this hour. We'll get into Michelle Bachmann's question from Byron York about submission.
About wives submitting to their husbands.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll generate a good, lively conversation.
Trevor Maddox coming up this hour as well. Yesterday, Brian Wilson and I got a chance to talk with the great, the legendary Charlie Daniels. Fantastic fun, and you're going to enjoy this, especially his comments about John Kerry.
Well, tonight at Havre de Grace at the Seafood Festival, they're going to have some crab cakes and country music, some fish and fiddles, and you're going to hear Charlie Daniels' band. The CDB is still getting her done out there on the road. You've got quite a tour, Charlie. Tell me about what you've been doing this summer.
Well, I've been doing the same thing this summer, Brian. I've been doing every summer since you were born, probably. I'm touring real hard. We're going Atlantic to Pacific, Canada, Alaska, all over the place doing concerts. We've been at for quite a while, and when I say, I mean this year we've been at for quite a while. We start getting real busy about June, and up to about the middle of December, we're out touring somewhere around 100 dates.
You still enjoy going out on the road? I mean, it's a grind for a lot of people, but you seem to really like it.
It's what you make out of it, Brian. I see some of these kids complain about the road. Try staying sober one night and going to bed and getting up in the morning and getting out and getting a little exercise and watch your diet a little bit, quit eating so many cheeseburgers and, live like you're living at home. I mean, people go on the road, you get that it's a moving feast, a party, like a big party. This is business. It's very much business. And, of course, folks can only see the glamorous side of it, which is all they should see. But there's a very serious side to it. There's, a lot of travel involved and a lot of things that have to be changed at the very last minute. You're away from your family. You're home a lot. And, you can't go out and make a big party out of it every night and, straighten up and fly right. You'll enjoy the road. I do. I have for 50 years.
Hey, what do you make of country music today? Some people criticize it, say it's too poppy, it's too mainstream. What do you think?
Hell, I don't know. I don't ever listen to it anymore. I don't know. To very, very truthful with you about it, I don't know. I don't really spend a lot of time listening to music. I'm into country music radio as such. I guess you could say I'm kind of stuck in the 70s. I love I'm a big blues fan. I love B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, love Eric Clapton, Allman Brothers Band, Skinner Band.
Right.
Those were very musical bands. We played a while back with Widespread Panic. And they're still doing it they're still having the 23-minute jams and stuff. There's still people out there doing it, and it's a fun thing. I'm more into that kind of thing than I am the sound du jour, which it happens the same producers, the same studio, the same musicians, the same. Now, you mentioned the name before we're on air. It's a mutual friend of ours, Ricky Skaggs. When you hear Ricky Skaggs, you know who it is.
Yep.
You don't have to stop and think, well, is that the new guy from Columbia Records, the new guy from, who is that? Who is that guy? Who's that kid? You know who it is. It's Ricky Skaggs.
Skaggs is still getting it done out there, too, this summer. You had a question, though, about politics, Brian.
Yeah, well, Charlie, you're on the air right now in Washington, D.C., and even though Congress is in recess right now, there's still a lot of powerful people who are listening to your voice right now. I was just wondering if you had any message for members of Congress or people in power in Washington, D.C.
I very much would like to say that, if you max out your credit cards and go get a loan from the First National Bank to pay them off, and you max that out and you go get a loan from the Second National Bank to pay off First National Bank and your credit card, then you go to the Third National Bank. You can't do that, guys. It don't work in families. It don't work in Washington. It don't work anywhere. You're spinning this country into oblivion. If you don't stop it, we're headed in a bad direction. Just stop the spending, damn it.
I read your website, and you have a thing called Soapbox, and you had a few choice words for one Senator John Kerry. He's got you a little riled, does he not?
Well, he's such an arrogant, a patrician sort of a guy. I just think he looks down his nose at everybody. And one of the things that really got me, I got some friends that served in Vietnam. And he made basically just a blanket indictment against the guys that served in Vietnam as if they were like rapists and murderers. They went in and just wantonly murdered villagers and stuff. I mean, that really got my goat with him. I am a big supporter of the military. And when anybody starts getting on the military, it gets me, especially somebody who is in a position of power like John Kerry. Now, he's saying, I am not a Tea Party member. I don't know anything about the Tea Party, other than it's a bunch of just regular, ordinary people who are fed up with the status quo and want to do something about it. When he says, basically, in essence, they have no right to participate in the political process, I mean, that's not America. That's not what America's about. That's what people bled and died to keep from happening, was people like him and people who consider themselves to be royalty to come in and lead. We don't have kings in this country. And, you know, I do not like that attitude, and I wish you could see, you know, I would like to take him out. I would like to invite you. Mr. Kerry, you're probably not listening, but if you are, I would like to invite you. I want you to go talk. Let's go get a farmer off a field on a tractor and talk to him. Let's go to a truck stop and talk to some truck drivers. Let's stop at a construction site and talk to some guys toting bricks. Let them tell you what they think of you. Let them tell you what they think of your policies. Let them tell you what they think of your statements. You are way off base. You don't know anything about the American people. You live in your ivory tower. You need to get down out of it and find out about the country that you're passing on.
All right, so tell me, as you look at the GOP lineup, is there anybody out there that you particularly like?
Well, you know, I hadn't really got into this thing a whole lot. I think there's some good people involved. I think, and I don't endorse political candidates, so I don't think this has got anything to do with any kind of endorsement or anything. But I think Rick Perry's going to stir things up. The reason being is, you know, if he's got a track record, which is something that a lot of the people don't have. I mean, he's got a good track record. He's got Texas just kind of cooking along, and you know, if Obama says, "Well, I inherited a Bush economy," well, he did too. You know.
Yeah. Well, he's got a state that has jobs right now, which helps.
Right. They created a lot of jobs down there. Texas is doing good. You know, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. He is an unabashed conservative. You know, I think a lot of times we end up voting for not particularly the person we like so much, but the person we dislike the least.
Yeah.
And you don't have a clear-cut choice. I think if he gets in, he's going to make a clear-cut choice. I think he is you want a conservative, that's probably him, you know. So I don't know what's going to happen. There's some good people involved, and you know, I don't know any of them. But you know, I think it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what direction people think this country should go in. If we're going to go into the direction of a European type, you know, social democracy, or if we're going to head back into where a good old American, the pioneers established, get out and work hard and make something out of these things.
Well, it's good to have you on to talk about country music and politics. The Charlie Daniel Band, the CDB, get it done at the Havre de Grace Seafood Festival tonight at 8:45. Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Great Charlie Daniels.
Love that guy.
Yeah, wasn't that awesome?